Hey there, guys. Welcome to today's Lunch and Learn workshop. I am Richard Cuff, president of CTI Marketing, founder of Nasimba Business Alliance, and master greatness coach here at GetReadyForGreatness.com. And I truly appreciate you joining me for today's session. We're on day 10 of our 21 days to greatness. And if you're following me during my unscripted during the unscripted my morning commute segment that I do live every morning, you'll know that I'm in module number 2 of the 3 modules, which is we are now talking about the 7 steps to overcoming adversity. And today, this morning, I began keep your eye on your goal. So I want to kind of go and do a little bit of a deep dive into that segment, not only uh, the keeping your eye on your goal, but I also, in which I'm pulling from my PS Factor 21 Days to Greatness program, but I'm also going to share a component with you from my Understanding the Basics of Business Ownership Lunch and Learn workshop. So, real quick, who is this workshop for? If it's for anyone who's at the very beginning of understanding business and what it takes to get a business off the ground. If you are looking for get rich quick, or you have some major problems that you're hoping you can get some information to help you solve, this is not the workshop for that. Although um, I won't say get rich quick. I kind of like get rich slow. I'll be okay with that, right? But certainly there are no um, silver bullets, quick answers to solving the challenges that you face. Often it takes a shift in your mindset and your thoughts and the way you're thinking today didn't happen overnight, and it's not going to get corrected overnight. So we can address all of those issues and in different sessions. So if you want information on that, feel free to check me out on the Get Ready for Greatness Facebook page. You can actually book a free coaching call just to discover where we can possibly help. And if it's something that I can't help you with, I have a great network of coaches and consultants, advisors that I most certainly can pass your name on to someone else or connect you with someone who can help you. So never want to say that I can't help. I believe I can help. But this particular program, today, we're going to focus on those who are at the very beginning, the very basics, understanding the basics of business ownership. And I've been sort of going over and in many cases reinforcing and reiterating some of the things that we've discussed so that you can just get those things drilled in. Today, as I mentioned, we're going to talk about setting goals simply because it's right in line with where we are in our 21 days to greatness training. So, by the way, if you haven't had a chance to do so, please log on to getreadyforgreatness.com, create your free coaching profile so that you will be able to access any information that is available for free on the Get Ready for Greatness coaching platform. But you will also be able to purchase our beginning program, the 21 Days to Greatness. That's where I suggest anyone begin with. In fact, everyone begins there, regardless to the work that we're ultimately going to do together. But it gives you an opportunity to try out the coaching for 30 days. If after 30 days you say this is not for you, you don't have to invest a dime further. You that $49 will get you access to the platform for the rest of the year. And you'll be able to keep all of the free resources that you get from logging on to Get Ready for Greatness, including this book. This is the life changing book here. Um, this is by Jay Forte, his book, The Greatness Zone. Know yourself, find your fit, transform the world. This is a powerful book, very easy book. It's not easy to read, not that thick, um, but it tells a great story and helps you to identify your greatness zone. And you'll find that, and I'll talk about that in some of the other trainings. We'll get to that discovering the greatness zone. But for that $49, you get the access to our coaching platform. You get the One Vision reward card where you shop and earn points. You get the book, The Greatness Zone. But you also gain access to our corporate perks site. This is where you can get tons of discounts and earn points as well, shopping with all of our corporate partners. And there's over 10,000 products in multiple categories from which you can choose. And you'll find all of that. But you have, and of course, you got 30 days to try it out, decide if you want to stay on the program or not. So with that, let's go ahead and get started with today's program. I'm going to share my screen here so that we can get this thing started. And this is the Get Ready for Greatness Lunch and Learn workshop. This is for day 10, if you're following along. Let me transfer this real quick. Okay, so let's jump in here and get started. All right, the three companies, guys, that you're going to be connecting with from any time that you're working with me, you're going to be working with one of these three companies. CTI Marketing is our marketing company, and primarily where everyone, the CTI Marketing is the one company I think that touches every client that we work with to some degree. And then Concentel Mobile is our tech company. It's our CRM, customer relationship management portal, the cultural capital marketplace, the reward card, all of the technology that is the glue that holds everything together. And then the Simba Business Alliance is our network of entrepreneurs who are dedicated to doing business with each other at fair market value, bringing resources to the table that help us to better serve you through the other companies, CTI and Concentel. So you'll see these three companies popping up throughout, and I'll be glad to give you more information. As I said, log on to getreadyforgreatness.com, create your free coaching profile, or go to and go to the Get Ready for Greatness Facebook page where you can book a coaching call. So please do that. But today I want to talk about first in this understanding the basics of business ownership. I want to focus on the 7 streams of revenue. So, and I'm not talking about having 7 jobs, 7 bank accounts, those kinds of things. Those are just done in redundance, but redundantly. The 7 streams of revenue are those that allow you to maximize your wealth creation potential. But most people don't understand that there are 7 streams of income and that you should have all 7 of them flowing and be in order to see yourself just begin to live the life of your dreams. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of people that have been very successful focusing on one or two of these streams, but you will be able to see how all 7 of them will work together. That first stream of income. Let me go back here. I need to pull this one up here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a second so I can make certain to get the right one up. Hold on one second, guys. The 7 streams of income. There it is. I want to move this up. I grabbed the wrong slide there. So let's go back here. But what I'm going to do, in fact, and now I'll do that. The one that you saw earlier was the what I was showing you was the one that I was preparing to do for tomorrow, and that's the 7-stage consulting process. But let me show you these 7 streams of income here, and there they are. So let me go back at it. Give me one second. And yep, there it is. Okay, so in 7 streams of income, the first thing that we're going to be talking about is that You need to know what the purpose of these streams are, and it's really to add to your wealth, your assets. So this is a basic formula that you should write this down, remember it, because this is going to help you to fully understand this whole process as you begin to build your business. Everything that you do in business as an accountant, I can tell you that it's all going to come down to three categories. Your assets, it's going to be treated as an asset, it's going to be treated as a liability, or it's going to be treated as equity. Equity, think about equity as the value that you put in, or even the value that you take out more than what you put in. Now, all of that is called equity. You've heard the term getting an equity loan on your home, or an equity loan on your mortgage. And what an equity loan on your mortgage simply means is maybe when you bought the house at $200,000. And for 10 years, you paid down the mortgage. And now you didn't pay down a lot, but let's just say in 10 years, you paid it down $30,000. And now you only own 170, you only owe $170,000. But the house has increased from $200,000 of value where you bought it. Now the house is appraised at 250,000. Well, the difference between that $70,000 that you, the 170,000 that you owe, and the 250,000 is $80,000. That's the equity, the value that's in the house. You can now use that value, that difference between what you owe and what it's worth, the equity. You can actually go and get a loan on that amount. And some banks may give you like a 70% equity loan, 70% loan on that equity value, but just 50% of that $80,000 is $40,000 loan that you can get using the equity that's in your house. So the value. But when you're measuring the value of your business, the asset, you're going to add the liabilities plus the equity. The liabilities are think about it, the mortgage, the debt that you have incurred against the asset. It's not the same. Liability is not the same as debt. Liabilities basically say that you have some value somewhere else that can wipe out that amount. So you got $1 million loan, but there's $1 million worth of equipment against that loan sitting over there in the asset column. So as long as you have that liability, it's going to equal or be tied to the asset, because that's where the bank or the lender is going to go to get their value. If they can't get it from the equity to pay off the liability, then they're going to go and pull it from the asset, repossess the car, foreclose the house. So that formula, asset equals the liability plus equity, you're going to want to understand how that plays out in your business. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's talk about these 7 streams of income. That first stream is that labor income, and that's the money, the wages that you make going to the workforce. And then the second stream is the business income. Now, most people who own a small business rarely are the small. I should say the small businesses. The labor, that is the labor income. So it's still the same. Being self-employed, you're just jumping from the frying pan and into the fire. So you're still technically labor income. But when I talk about business income, I'm talking about having a business that when you walk away, the business is still going. You can go on 6-month vacation and the business will still be operating. You can walk away from the business altogether and it's still operating. That's when you're having a business income, because now the business can pay you, and now you can